Bello, coaxingly. Come, ducky dear, I want a word with you, darling, just to administer correction, just a little heart-to-heart talk, sweetie. Bloom puts out her timid head. There's a good girlie now. Bello grabs her hair violently and drags her forward. I only want to correct you for your own good, on a soft, safe spot. How's that tender behind? Oh, ever so gently, pet. Begin to get ready. Bloom, fainting. Don't tear my... Bello, savagely. The nose ring, the pliers, the bastonado, the hanging hook, the knout I'll make you kiss while the flutes play like the Nubian slave of old. You're in for it this time. I'll make you remember me for the balance of your natural life. His forehead vein swollen, his face congested. I shall sit on your ottoman saddleback every morning after my thumping good breakfast of Mattison's fat ham rashers and a bottle of Guinness's porter. He belches, and suck my thumping good stock exchange cigar while I read the Lyson Fiddler's Gazette. Very possibly I shall have you slaughtered and skewered in my stables, and enjoy a slice of you with crisp crackling from the bacon tin, basted and baked like sucking pig with rice and lemon or curtain sauce. It will hurt you. He twists her arm. Bloom squeaks, turning turtle. Bloom, don't be cruel, nurse, don't. Bello, twisting. Another. Bloom screams, oh, it's hell itself! Every nerve in my body aches like mad! Bello shouts, good! By the rumpin' jumpin' genital, that's the best bit of news I've heard these 6 weeks. Here, don't keep me waiting, damn you! He slaps her face. Bloom whimpers, you're after hitting me, I'll tell. Bello, hold him down, girls, till I squat on him. Zoe, yes, walk on him, I will. Florrie, I will, don't be greedy. Kitty, no, me, lend him to me. The brothel cook, Mrs. Keogh, wrinkled, grey-bearded, in a greasy bib, men's grey and green socks and brogues, flour-smeared, a rolling pin stuck with raw pastry in her bare red arm and hand, appears at the door. Mrs. Keogh, ferociously, can I help? They hold and pinion Bloom. Bello squats with a grunt on Bloom's upturned face, puffing cigar smoke, nursing a fat leg. I seen Keating Clay is elected chairman of the Richmond Asylum, and by the by Guinness's preference shares are at 16 3/4. Curse me for a fool that I didn't buy that lot Craig and Gardner told me about. Just my infernal luck, curse it. And that goddamned outsider throwaway at 20-1. He quenches his cigar angrily on Bloom's ear. Where's that goddamned cursed ashtray? Bloom, goaded, buttock smothered. Oh, monsters! Cruel one! Bello, ask for that every 10 minutes. Beg, pray for it as you never prayed before. He thrusts out a figged fist and foul cigar. Here, kiss that. Both. Kiss. He throws a leg astride and, pressing with horseman's knees, calls in a hard voice, Gee up a cock horse to Banbury Cross. I'll ride him for the Eclipse Stakes. He bends sideways and squeezes his mount's testicles, roughly shouting, Ho, off we pop. I'll nurse you in proper fashion. He horse-rides cock-horse, leaping in the saddle. The lady goes a pace, and the coachman goes a trot, and the gentleman goes a gallop, a gallop, a gallop, a gallop. Florrie pulls at Bello. Let me on him now. You had enough. I asked before you. Zoe, pulling at Florrie. Me. Are you not finished with him yet, Succaress? Bloom, stifling. Can't. Bello. Well, I'm not. Wait. He holds in his breath. Curse it. Here, this bung's about burst. He uncorks himself behind, then contorting his features, farts loudly. Take that! He recorks himself. Yes, by jingo, 16 3/4. Bloom, a sweat breaking out over him. Not man, he sniffs. Woman. Bello stands up. No more blow hot and cold. What you long for has come to pass. Henceforth you are unmanned, and mine in earnest, a thing under the yoke. Now, for your punishment, Frock. You will shed your male garments, you understand, Ruby Cohen, and don the shot silk luxuriously rustling over head and shoulders, and quickly too. Bloom shrinks. Silk, mistress said, oh, crinkly, scrapey, must I tip-touch it with my nails? Bello points to his whores. As they are now, so will you be, wigged, singed, perfume-sprayed, rice-powdered, with smooth-shaven armpits. Tape measurements will be taken next your skin. You will be laced with cruel force into voice-like corsets of soft dove-cotil, with whalebone busk to the diamond-trim pelvis, the absolute outside edge, while your figure, plumper than when at large, will be restrained in net-tight frocks, pretty 2-ounce petticoats, and fringes and things stamped, of course, with my house flag, creations of lovely lingerie for Alice, and nice scent for Alice. Alice will feel the pull. Martha and Mary will be a little chilly at first in such delicate tie-casing, but the frilly flimsiness of lace around your bare knees will remind you. Bloom, A charming soubrette, with dauby cheeks, mustard hair, and large male hands and nose, leering mouth. I tried her things on only once, a small prank in Holles Street. When we were hard up, I washed them to save the laundry bill. My own shirts I turned. It was the purest thrift. Bello jeers. Little jobs that make mother pleased, eh? And showed off coquettishly in your domino at the mirror, behind close-drawn blinds, your unscarted thighs and he-goat's udders in various poses of surrender, eh? Ho, ho, I have to laugh. That second-hand black opera-top shift and short-trunked leg naughties all split up the stitches at her last rape that Mrs. Miriam Danderade sold you from the Shelburne Hotel, eh? Bloom. Miriam, black, demi-mondaine. Bello guffaws. Christ almighty, it's too tickling this. You were a nice-looking Miriam when you clipped off your backgate hairs and lay swooning in the thing across the bed as Mrs. Danderade, about to be violated by Lieutenant Smith Smythe, Mr. Philip Augustus Blockwell MP, Signor Lacci da Remo, the robust tenor, blue-eyed Bert the lift boy, Henry Fleury of Gordon Bennett fame, Sheridan the quadroon creases, the varsity wet Bob 8 from Old Trinity, Ponto her splendid Newfoundland, and Bob's Dowager Duchess of Manor Hamilton. He guffaws again. Christ, wouldn't it make a Siamese cat laugh? Bloom, her hands and features working. It was Gerald converted me to be a true corset lover when I was a female impersonator in the high school play Vice Versa. It was dear Gerald. He got that kink, fascinated by Sister Stays. Now dearest Gerald uses pinky grease paint and gilds his eyelids. Cult of the beautiful. Bello, with wicked glee. Beautiful! Give us a breather. When you took your seat with womanish care, lifting your billowy flounces on the smooth-worn throne. Bloom, science, to compare the various joys we each enjoy, earnestly, and really it's better the position, because often I used to wet. Bello, sternly, no insubordination. The sawdust is there in the corner for you. I gave you strict instructions, didn't I? Do it standing, sir. I'll teach you to behave like a gentleman. If I catch a trace on your swaddles, aha, by the ass of the Dortons, you'll find I'm a martinet. The sins of your past are rising against you. Many. Hundreds. The sins of the past, in a medley of voices. He went through a form of clandestine marriage with at least one woman in the shadow of the Black Church. Unspeakable messages he telephoned mentally to Miss Dunn at an address in Delir Street, while he presented himself indecently to the instrument in the call-box. By word and deed, he encouraged a nocturnal strumpet to deposit fecal and other matter in an insanitary outhouse attached to empty premises. In 5 public conveniences, he wrote pencil messages offering his nuptial partner to all strong-membered males, and by the offensively smelling vitriol works did he not pass night after night by loving courting couples to see if and what and how much he could see? Did he not lie in bed, the gross bore, gloating over a nauseous fragment of well-used toilet paper presented him by a nasty harlot, stimulated by gingerbread and a postal order?